Let's talk quickly through some of the myths concerning it. Number one, there seems to be misinformation about hormone replacement therapy known as HRT. So is it safe?
For the overwhelming majority of women who are between the ages of 50 and 60, who are symptomatic and bothered by those symptoms, yes, it is a safe. There are only like 3 or 4 contraindications. You should not take hormones if you personally have breast cancer, not because you have a family history of breast cancer. And let's make that clear. I take hormones, and I have taken hormones for the past 15 years, and I have 2 sisters who've had breast cancer. That does not scare me. So understand that just because you had a family history, not a contraindication. So a personal history of breast cancer, or what we call an estrogen-dependent cancer, uterine cancer. If you have had a blood clot in your legs or lungs, that's a soft contraindication, but that's usually a reason where that requires a lot more conversation before you just go out and take hormones. And the others are whether or not if you have active liver disease, or you personally have had a heart attack or a stroke. Because the one thing that we know about decreasing the risk of cardiovascular disease is that it works before you have cardiovascular disease. That's why it's important to take it when you're 50, not when you're 75.
Okay, now myth number 2. Women have asked, if I don't suffer symptoms like hot flashes or painful sex or bad sleep, I didn't sleep for 2 years, does this mean, this is before the click, but does this mean I'm not going through menopause and don't need hormones?
Okay, this is a great question. What if you've never had a symptom? Should you consider hormone therapy? And I'm glad you've asked me because I've never had a symptom and I've considered hormone therapy. So the FDA indications for hormone therapy, there's 4: severe hot flashes, night sweats, genitourinary syndrome of menopause or vaginal dryness or osteopenia. Okay, that all being said, because of the WHI, the United States Preventative Task Force Services says, well, you shouldn't use hormone therapy for primary prevention, meaning taking something before to prevent ever getting it in the first place, a heart attack or a stroke or osteoporosis. However, the data sort of says otherwise. It says that if you take hormone, if you choose to, and please know you do not have to take hormone therapy. If you don't want to, there's many other options here. This is just the one that's the most confusing. But if you choose to take hormone therapy within 10 years of menopause, and it reduces cardiovascular disease, women do tend to live longer. They have improvements in quality of life. So I will take hormone therapy either at 48 or the first hot flash that I have. And that's because I've thought about this for a really long time and I've done the research. But that's a great question. I know it would protect a lot of things in my body. And I think all women should be appropriately counseled, just as Dr. Malone has done today, on the real risks and benefits, and let them decide for ourselves.
Okay, so the other myth is I should just muscle through it. So I want to know what you think about that. You?
From talking to doctors, that's what I thought I would have to do.
Just muscle through it for 10 years?
Yeah, well,
You're gonna muscle for a decade.
I hadn't talked to Dr. Suzanne about the 10-year situation. I thought it would be, I don't know, in my head, does anyone make up numbers in their head? Okay, so I thought 3 to 4 years I'll go through this. And
I'll just get through it. I'm gonna just muscle through.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
When I learned that it was a potential 10-year window, that really changed everything for me because I just thought that's no way to live for that long. My symptoms are, everybody's are different. So you probably think you need different things at different times. And now after this and after what we've been doing on our show, I feel like I'm getting leads. I know that, much to your point, the access of being in this room, the access that you are providing for free, the access that people lack, the access that I have is all being taken into account. So I think just taking the time, being your own advocate, as you said, seeking out by any means necessary, especially what you are providing now. This hasn't been a part of the conversation. And I hope that there is a societal shift in perception and tone for the fact that, we're women. We provide life, we matter, and we don't have to go through things alone. We can really talk about it with people and our friends, and not suffer silently. And so I'm going to do, as I do with everything in life, not stay stuck.
Right.
Got it.